Before we get started with today's video, we'd just like to ask you if you get any value out of these videos, enjoy them at all, please either subscribe to our YouTube channel or maybe click a thumbs up or make a comment if you're so inclined. So when the market starts to slow down like it's been doing for the past 6 or 7 months, what happens is people automatically think that people are going broke and their houses are going to go on the market as foreclosures. They're going to default on their mortgages. And while this typically does happen after a period of time, it takes a little while. What I'm thinking is a lot of people whose mortgages were done in 2017 with 5-year terms are now renewing, and that could cause some problems in the market over the next 6, 7, 8 months with the interest rates having risen the way they have. And obviously this will cause their mortgage payments to go up substantially from where they were earlier. Putting all of that aside, talking about buying foreclosure properties, it's human nature to think that you're going to get a deal. When I want to get a lot of calls or a lot of clicks on my videos, all I need to do is put the word foreclosure in there, and my videos will get a lot more clicks, or my ads, etc., will get a lot more response to them. The reason being, people think they're going to get a deal. It's human nature to think that way. But now let me take you through the process of why that's not really how it works with real estate. So for starters, let's say Jamie has owned his home for the past 10 years, and I bought it for $500,000. It's now worth $1.5 million, and for the past 10 years I've faithfully been paying my mortgage, and now I've fell on hard times. I'm self-employed, so I don't have any disability insurance. I haven't been able to work for the last 8 or 9 months, and now I've defaulted on my mortgage. So what happens next is the bank just can't come in and take that property, or your lender, assuming it's a bank, can't just come in and take that property from you and sell it for however little they want to get what you're owing on the balance of the mortgage. Let's say you only paid $500 for that house 10 years ago, you only owe $350 on it, and it's worth $1.5 million. Well, the bank has to sell that property for market value. How they do that is they have to get in front of a judge, show the judge that the property is worth $1.5 million, list it in that vicinity so it will get that amount of money for it. So the company that forecloses, again, the lender, now has that property on the market for $1.5 million. When an offer comes in on that property from a buyer's point of view, for someone who's looking to take advantage of one of these situations, there's a bunch of negative things that can happen here. For starters, you have to have a subject-free offer before you present it to the court. You have to now go back to the court. The lender just can't accept any offer. They have to now go back to the court once they have an accepted offer and justify it to the court. That's why they've accepted the offer at this price, and the court has to approve it. Any funds that would be left over from that would come back to me after the bank was paid out. So what happens next from that point on, let's say you submit your subject-free offer to the courts. And don't forget, before that, you had to do a building inspection to make sure that you were satisfied with the condition of the property. And you may have had to pay some appraisal fees. So there's some costs involved. So now you're all excited, you've got an accepted offer, but they write a subject back in there, subject to court approval on or before, and it typically takes about 2 weeks. So once they've got that offer, they go to the court gives them a date for 2 weeks. The deal is still not done, because during that 2-week period, if the listing agent gets a call from that property on 223 Elm Street, the call will go something like this. Oh, and let's say another agent calls, "Hi, it's Joe Blow from ABC Realty, and I want to show your property on Elm Street." What the response from the listing agent will be is, "We have an accepted offer on that property. The offer has been accepted at $1,450,000, and our court date is November 5th. So what that means is everybody that calls is going to know how much you paid for it and when the court date is. And to make it better, what they can do is if they think, well, I'll pay 1.48 for that house, they go in and make their offer, they won't make an offer. What'll happen is on court day on November 5th, you walk in thinking you're going to get the stamp on your offer. There's 4 other people in there that know exactly how much your offer is, and they've got their own offers. You can bet that if they've taken the time to do that, they are planning on offering more than you have. So if you are going to put yourself through all this agony, my recommendation to you is not to be the first person in, because you're still going to wind up in a bidding war, or possibly wind up in a bidding war in court. So be careful when you see the word foreclosure in real estate. It's not always as good a deal as you think it is. I'm Jamie Hooper with RE/MAX Crest and jamiehooper.com. We'll be back with another video in a couple of weeks.